Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to the Chupacabra Tutorials channel. I'm your host Larry, and today I'm going to be talking about some optimized performance settings for the new Endfield game. That way you can be doing all of the best combat without having to worry about your frames dipping and frustrating you because it looks choppy. And you know, performance is key no matter if you have to turn down a few settings. And honestly, if you look around, I'm currently sporting those particular settings. Things still look pretty great, even if you don't have things at the absolute top settings. So if we go into escape, go to the upper left corner here, hit the gear, and the first tab is the sort of settings that you've got. And for the most part, Enfield's not terrible on hardware. Even older computers can probably run it just fine. But just from the top here, we've got some custom graphics settings. I just left my screen resolution as is. That's usually a good idea when you're optimizing your settings. I set my FPS to 60, although I suspect you could probably get that higher once you have these settings in place. It does go up to 120, but it doesn't really recommend you do that. I don't really know why. After that, always turn off vertical sync because that always just reduces your frame rate in general across all games. And even if you do have a bit of frame tearing in your game, most people don't notice it. Shadow quality, shadows are always one of those things that eats a lot of your system resources, along with things like, which there's like screen space reflections down here is another one that'll drastically improve performance if you reduce the screen space reflections too low or even off. After that, we've got texture quality, which I put down to low. You could probably leave this at medium. It didn't seem to drastically change things, although it does have this little meter up here at the top that shows estimated GPU memory usage. So if this gets way too close to the top, just reduce your settings. And after that, we got Volumetric Fog. That's sort of like what goes on in the distance. This doesn't really change things greatly. It does increase device load ever so slightly, but you can leave that lower off if you'd like, or just leave it at high. This one didn't seem to change very much. The anisotropic filtering, or not filtering, the anisotropic sampling, I had it at 1 by default, but you can increase this or leave it at whatever. It wants you to restart if you change this. The sampling doesn't seem to affect your performance all that much when you tweak that. After that, we got Ambient Occlusion. I would turn that to low or medium. Might leave mine at medium. We've got Ambient Details, that's sort of stuff going on in the background, leave that into low. Vegetation Density. If I leave this high, what do I get? It doesn't change it terribly much. Like, there's a little bit more grass, there's some thicker leaves on the trees, but it looks largely the same if you set that to low. So vegetation density, you can set that to low. That will slightly improve things. Same with disabling chromatic aberration. Screen space reflections, turn that off. Image enhancement, mine started off as TAAU, but everybody recommends if you have the ability to use like Nvidia DLSS or one of the ones from like AMD, those are always better. Set it to balance mode in the case of people who are using Nvidia. And then using reflex low latency, this was set to off for me by default, but reflex low latency is one of the big selling points on Nvidia from like the 900 series and newer cards, which is supposed to help sync up your rendering between your CPU and your GPU to reduce lag and latency, both from your inputs and from your game's performance. They always recommend you turn that off, and pretty much every guide says that that's a good thing to have on. I personally didn't see a lot of difference in combat or in the game when turning this on versus turning it off, but your mileage may vary. And then of course on contact shadows, I just left that off. And that's it. That's kind of your rundown on all of the different settings here for Endfield. I'm going to write these down and put these in the video description. I hope you found this helpful. I've been your host, Larry. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy some combat and optimizing things. And, you know, automating things inside of Enfield. So bye everybody, and have a good one.